Hi everyone, this is Marcielle Brandler with Marcielle Presents Good News, where we take bad news, challenges, and even tragedies and flip them on their heads to make something beautiful. I am your host, Professor Marcielle Brandler, and we will be talking about happiness and how to create more. And sometimes we'll be interviewing professional and lay people from many backgrounds and talking about how we manage and actually triumph in our lives. If you like this podcast, please like and subscribe below. We will be trying to do a once a week podcast for our listeners and watchers. And we want to send you love and joy and happiness. So I'm going to talk about some of the ways that I create happiness for myself and that I hope you can too. So one thing that I really work hard on is how to be happy is avoid sadness, avoid grief, avoid strife, drama. So grief is really difficult. Right now, we're all grieving because of COVID. We have lost a great deal. And what's really unfortunate is the animosity between peoples has highlighted this personality that we all seem to have. When I thought that this would have brought us all together as a world. But I think we can. And I think a lot of people do want to bring us together. So focus on uniting. Focus on loving. For me, I have a very critical brain, and I've been working on it for the past 20 years. I'm getting better and better with yoga, meditation, whatever. It is helping. And so to avoid sadness and unhappiness and drama, when I start to think of a nasty thought, I laugh at myself and I say, young lady, focus on the good. If I'm thinking a bad thought about another person, now, he's your brother, because we are all brothers and sisters. That will help you a lot. And avoid focusing on what other people are doing, what flaws they have, what you're doing that's wrong. Remember all the good that you've done, all the good that this person has done. So if you're having strife with another person, really find a way to make it right with that person. I've done that a lot, and I'm going to tell you some amazing stories about that. And this idea of making friends on the internet, Facebook, whatever, those are not your friends. Those are just names on a screen. You really need to contact real live people whom you love and care about. So I wouldn't worry too much about the algorithm people who are names on a screen. Call up a real life friend. Talk to that friend. Maybe you can meet for coffee or go for a walk or a hike. And even if it's for 10 minutes, it's better than nothing. So that you can make that connection, make it stronger. Call your relatives, call your friends. Texting is great to kind of connect, especially if they're sleeping and you get up early, you send them a little text, and then later in the day they answer you. I love that. But then it's good to hear a human's voice and see a friend. So I just texted a girlfriend and I said, hey, you want to meet for lunch? And she said yes. And so we're going to meet and talk, and We're going to share some important things. Get involved in your community. There's a great website called meetup.com. I tell my students about it. And you can type in anything, yoga, hiking, restaurants, whatever you want. And people get together and they go for walks and meet at restaurants or meet at events that are not very pricey. And it's really, really cool. And most of those are free, which is really wonderful. So I'm going to go back to thinking about what's wrong. I tend to overthink things, and I'm sure we all do, where you're thinking about, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. What an idiot I am. Oh, am I going to lose my job? Do those people still respect me? Whatever. And I'm learning to let it go. I tell a friend, and she'll say, Marcielle, you're way overreacting. Come on, girl. Nobody's even going to remember that. And she's right. Another thing is worrying about your looks. Like I'm looking at myself right now and I can see one eyebrow is way lower than the other. And it's like, what the hell? And, you know, you can't worry about it. Like I go out, I put my, eyebrow pencil on and whatever in the day, and then I just leave. I think people are worried too much. And it seems like this generation, since COVID, people aren't as worried about their looks as they were before, which I love. They're wearing the same clothes over and over because before that, oh my God, if you wear the same clothes, the second day, oh my God, what's the matter with you? And it's loosening up, thank God, because that's not important. What's important is, have I been loving? And another thing is really amazing to do is meditate. So I close my eyes and you look through your third eye and you just breathe in and hold it and breathe out and then breathe in and hold it. And I breathe in and more in, hold it. And then sometimes you get lightheaded, so you have to be careful. So I do it when I'm in a still situation, in a safe place. So, and yoga is really great. So we're going to talk about all these ideas and we're going to expand on them and we're going to talk about the challenges that we have. The day before lockdown, I banged my head on my car, and the next day I had what they call a brain bleed, and it's a long story. I wrote a book about it. It's called Brain Bleed in the Time of COVID, and I had a major challenge. I was terrified. I woke up in a hospital after they shaved my head and did a craniotomy and all this stuff. But then subsequent things happened that were terrifying because I've never been in the hospital. I've never been sick. I don't even want to even see a needle. And I have a very powerful immune system. And so being under the control of a hospital was horrific for me, but I overcame it. And I found a way to make it work. And I'm going to show you my kitty. I'm going to take the camera. She's sleeping on the chair. When I was in the hospital for 8 days, it's a long story. You can read it in my book. It was really scary. And I just imagined her when it was time to go to sleep. I imagined her next to me. My kitty is next to me. And it comforted me. So you do whatever you can. When I was younger and I've lived alone most of my life, and I would call myself. I would call my message machine and go, "Hi, honey, I love you." And I would come home and pick it up and I'd listen to it and it would make me feel good. You do whatever you can to make yourself feel good. Love yourself. I love that song, "Ain't Nothing Gonna breaking my stride. Ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Or the Minions Happy Song. Put that on your computer or on your cell phone and listen to it and get jazzed up. Whatever works for you. Love yourself. Love yourself. I do that too. Give yourself credit. I have a little sign here that I voted. And I sport that because in my town we had an election, a special election about one issue. And I give myself credit. And I'll say to my friends, I've been such a good girl. I did blah, 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 whatever it was. You got to give yourself some love and credit and avoid the bad thoughts. Just when they start to come in, change it into a good thought. Turn it on its head. I love myself. I'm beautiful. And remember, the body, the human body is a miracle. The fact that you are here is a miracle. 1,000 million sperm struggled to fertilize that egg that made you, and one got there. That's you. There's a reason that you're here. So don't, and if you feel suicidal, call, I believe it's 211. You know, you deserve to be here. You are supposed to be here, no matter what anybody says. All those naysayers, block them out the best you can. Focus on love and life. And we will be here talking about wonderful, loving things to help you become better and better and better and happier. And I am your mentor for that. This is Professor Marcielle Brandler with Marcielle Presents Good News. Please like us and subscribe.